What's going on, guys? Timel here, bringing you another deck profile today. Hope everything's going well for y'all. Today is Chaos Dragons Day, just because I've wanted to build this deck forever. And ironically, I actually kind of did. When I first got back into Yu-Gi-Oh! About a year ago, my buddies told me to get the Dragons Collide Structure deck. So I went out and bought them, and a whole bunch of us made the Dragons deck. I was running like Blue Eyes and Prime Material Dragon, etc., etc. Back when I was a new Yu-Gi-Oh player, I guess you could say. I took a break for a long time. But yeah, I actually just decided to run Chaos Dragons again, especially after seeing Chris Totobene get second place at YCS Providence. He did a really good job at Rhode Island. I have yet to see Chaos Dragons win a YCS, so hopefully they'll be able to go to Seattle and just kick ass over there. Yeah, let's go ahead and get on into it. Of course, you got 3 Lila. I need more ultis. Pops back row, it makes your opponent waste Valor, and then it gets your mill in. So pretty self-explanatory. 3 Raikou, pops back row and monsters when it's flipped, and it gets the mill in. So just 6 Lightsworn cards. 1 Wyvern. I hate drawing into this card. I mean, it's not always bad when you draw into it. I just, don't want to waste it. So I only draw 1 because I like it when it gets milled, and it has a higher probability of getting milled than me drawing into it. So 3 Light Pulsar, pretty self-explanatory. Its engrave effect is quite broken because you can send a Light in the Dark to special summon it from the grave. And then you can remove that Light in the Dark, which you just dumped, to special summon either another dragon or something like a Chaos Sorcerer, etc., etc. 2 Dark Flare. I found that 2 is good for me anyway, because I thought that 3 was a little inconsistent, kind of a dead draw, and I just like I like Dark Flare Dragon at 2. I added some other techs in its place. 1 Darkness Metal. Obviously, it's at 1, and you know why. So, oh yeah, summon this, special summon this, etc., etc. From the hand or grave, blah blah blah, and go into Light Pulsar plays, and then just keep recycling it. 2 Tour Guide and Sangan, as well as a Night Assailant. Shout out to Whirlwind Knight. I don't remember who on Team Zero suggested this to me. I think it was WK, but he said that this gets back your Raikou. So obviously, when it's discarded with Trag, or hit by something like a card destruction, or in worst case scenario, Dark World Dealings. If you're playing Dark World matchup, you get back the Raikou and add it to your hand. So it's not always bad. It pops more cards, and it's another target for Tour Guide. I may or may not take it out. I'm pretty sure I'm going to leave it in though, so it's been doing pretty well for me. Plus, it's a dark target. You got 1 Trooper, obviously for mill, and going plus is cool. You'll take a little bit of damage off of it, but I'm sure you can run into problematic cards like Thunder King, so it's not too bad. I will say again, Christopher Totobene used this card in his Chaos Dragons deck at Rhode Island. I did a lot of play testing with Dimensional Alchemist. I really love how it works. So this, I'm giving credit to him. Dimensional Alchemist, when this card is removed, or I'm sorry, when this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add one of your removed monsters to your hand. So let's just say, for example, you milled out a BLS, and you have a Light Pulsar in your hand, as well as a Dimensional Alchemist. Well, guess what? You can go ahead and remove that BLS and another dark target, special summon your Light Pulsar, and then set or play your Dimensional Alchemist, activating its first effect, which allows you to remove a card, and it gains 500 attack until the end phase. I wish it was 14, because that way you can crash into problematic cards like Thunder King, etc. But once this is removed, you can go ahead and get that BLS back to your hand, and then proceed to BLS in main phase 2, or your next turn, I guess. But yeah, it's pretty good. That's just one example, and plus it's a light target, so I teched it in there as well. Triple Valor, pretty self-explanatory. It's a tuner. I'm not generally going to synchro with this deck, but just in case, I can. And you course you got your removal. Chaos Sorcerer, need BLS. Not a whole lot to say about that. BLS wins games, win conditions on its own. And then Dark Arm Dragon. I've performed several OTKs with Dark Arm Dragon, in this deck. It's ridiculous. It's incredibly efficient. And then you got Data Traps, Gores, and 2 Trag. Trag is good because you can just be like sitting on it, and then when you take damage, special summon it with 5 cards in hand, so it's a 3,000 tag beater. And then on your next turn, it's 36. And then you can continue to proceed to take your opponent's monsters on your turn and do Xyz plays with it, etc. Anyway, that's the monster lineup. It's 28 monsters. Let's go ahead and move on to the spells. Of course, you got stuff for your Lightsworn engine. You got Charge the Light Brigade. I wish it was at 2. 3 recharges to give you mill and card advantage. It's good draw power. Heavy Storm. Staple. And I like running 3 MST in this deck. Even though you have cards like Raikou and you have cards like Lila that pop the back row, having additional back row hate I found is always good, because there's decks that sometimes main Dimensional Fissure and sometimes main Macrocosmos, and if your opponent happens to Valor your Lila, then you're kind of screwed, because then you're down a turn where you can take care of that pain in the ass back row, so to speak, and and you can continue to go off during your turn. But I like 3. A lot of people say you're bad if you run 3. I disagree. Fuck them. So yeah, and then you got Dark Hole, Avarice, Reborn, and Allure. Why not run Allure? You have plenty of dark targets and it's draw power. So no back row. Doesn't really need it. Of course, you could side in back row things like Compulse and Dust Tornado, etc., etc. Let's go ahead and get on the extra deck. It's not 100% complete. I have most of the stuff. I'm missing a few things. Literally just 3 cards. But 1 Daigusto Phoenix. I actually used this several times in the course of playtesting. So that's pretty good. It helps put in a lot of life point damage. So it's like I'll flip summon a Raikou, pop the back row, or pop a monster, summon another Raikou, overlay for it, etc., etc. But this is probably going to come out for Exabeetle. I don't have one yet, but it's just in there. Giga Brilliant, self-explanatory, gives a 300 attack boost. Leviathan and Leviair. Leviair is obviously, I would say, a must, because it's always fun getting back your removed cards. And your opponent's removed cards, anyway. Tempo, this card's win games. Zenmaines, Acid Golem, because it's a big beater, and that takes care of the rank 3s. Papilloperative, it's so good. This is such an underrated card, this format. I use it in every deck that I've made. I absolutely love it. Utopia and Zenmayo, Adrius, and Tiras for the rank 5s. You have Dark Flares in there, and you can go into rank 5 plays really easily. And also, you have Trag, so if you mill out a Dark Flare, you can be like, oh, Trag effect, make it level 5, etc., etc., and then special summon another Dark Flare. And then Force Focus. I have this right now instead of Bouncer. I don't have a Bouncer yet, but I'll probably take the Daigusto Phoenix out and the Force Focus for Exabeetle. I place tested on Dueling Network, go figure. They both work really well. 2 Light Pulsar overlay for Strike Bouncer or Exabeetle and just go off. I got a friend who uses Atum, and he gets out his Darkness Metal really quickly, special summon in defense, and then he special summons Light Pulsar from Grave. And then he'll go into Gaia Charger and do all shenanigans. So it's a pretty good tech for Atum as well. And then you have Black Rose and Stardust. Like I said, I don't really synchro with this deck, but if I need to, I'm able to. I can synchro for 8 with Stardust in case I need to use the Gores token, etc., etc. It's iffy. I'll probably take this out too. But Black Rose you can go into with Light Pulsar and Chaos Sorcerer, and when you nuke the field, you get Light Pulsar's effect too when it hits Grave. So yeah, it's pretty viable. But that's the extra deck. Of course, I'm not going to show the side deck because I don't like doing that. But I have some pretty cool cards in there. You might be able to see a locals matchup on Saturday. Hopefully I'll be able to go and play. I couldn't go last weekend because I had to go to Columbus. But we will see, and hopefully I'll be able to give you guys some videos from there. So anyway, thanks guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the deck profile. Leave a comment with what you think, and be sure to give the video a thumbs up. And shout out to all my subscribers. Again, close to 100. I think I'm like 3 or 4 away. So thanks guys for watching my videos and being a part of my YouTube channel and in this wonderful YouTube community. This is probably one of my all-time favorite hobbies, and it's so much fun. But yeah, thanks guys for watching. I'll talk to you later.